Hi, I'm Pim de Wit. I'm I'm managing partner of the Africa Media Venture Fund, a fund that we started me and a colleague of mine, Lot Collier, in the Netherlands in 2000, I think it's 2010.
And Pim, what have you invested in so far?
Well, our focus is on the media startup. We are focusing on the region of East Africa. We have now 5 investments in Kenya and 1 in Ghana.
Okay, and so what are the investments in Kenya to start with?
Well, it's a variety. They all have to do with upcoming markets. We have a platform that allows you to download applications to turn your simple mobile phone into a more sophisticated device. But we also have an investment in a company called Eat Out, which is a sort of site where you can book your table for dinner, but also has a plethora of other initiatives, all to do with food and eating and dining. And that's a company in Kenya, but it's rolling out to other African countries.
You've also got a travel site as well.
The travel site called Sleep Out, that was launched not that long ago. It's a similar concept to allow people to find the best destination for their taste, to make direct bookings. It also allows, for instance, people who own a second home in Kenya or wherever to rent out at home. So it's not restricted to upmarket lodges. Of course there are, but it's also for simple bed and breakfast and for house rental as well.
It has some quite unusual properties. It's a bit like Airbnb.
Yes. It has again, it has
including a castle.
Castles, they have very upmarket things on Mauritius and things like that. But also, if you are a salesman and you're looking for a reasonably priced bed and breakfast close to where your meeting is, you would be able to go to that place.
And you're raising more money for another round of investment.
Yes, we have started with a number of informal investors, which is convenient to us because the strings are very short. And now we are we are about to close a second round of financing. Again, we will restrict to...
What scale?
We will do now a million euro. You have to understand, unlike the other investment funds, we are a very small fund. You see that the majority of the investment fund, they focus from $1 million onwards.
Yeah.
Now we stay in the area of even from 50,000 to maybe to $500,000. And that's a difficult area because it's more dangerous from an investment viewpoint, because we invest into people who do not have a 3-4 year track record, which the majority of the funds are doing. On the other hand,
nearer to startup.
It's startup or just second stage startup,
yeah.
But we feel that it's also helping the economy. If you invest in small enterprises, the backbone of the economy, that can be very beneficial also for the community and for the country, and also for the investors. But you have to accept that the ratio between success and failure may be different from the ones that if you invest in, compared if you invest in a company that has can present a balance sheet and profit and loss statements for over the last 3 years, of course, then the risk is less.
What lessons have you learned, do you think, from the first round of investments?
Never underestimate paperwork. Don't think that the lawyers or the accountants, whatever professionals you use, are comparable to the one you normally used to work with in Western countries. Of course, they're much cheaper priced, but you can abandon the idea to hire a lawyer and then think that all your problems will be solved.
Yes.
I've had situations where I instructed the lawyer, went on vacation, came back and asked, what have you done? And then I simply got the answer, Pim, your question escaped my attention. Well, that is sort of also the romantic part, but we have been doing it now for a few years and you learn. But when you have, if your record is in Western Europe, and you start to think that that's your reference, and then you reach a conclusion. So paperwork is certainly different, more time-consuming, and than we had expected. To get people to report decently, we know now. So it's we provide reporting standards from the very beginning. That's part of the contract, that we want our financial reporting in the format we dictate at the very beginning. So those are things not to do with the entrepreneurship or so, but it's more like the process, the context, the environment. That is.
And what do you look for in the companies themselves?
Well, obviously you want to you're looking for the entrepreneur who understands the local situation well, who is well connected, has a good idea, and we support the entrepreneur with our professional expertise. Entrepreneurship is the most important thing, and also I suppose to work independent, that you're not getting questions all day, how do I do this? This is you can't afford, because our participations, they vary from 20, even from 10% to 35%. So we all, by choice, we are a minority shareholder.